What is this? We are on the Necron Tomb world, however, there's not a Necron in sight. It's Emperor's Children versus the Tau Empire, and it's coming right up.
Saved by Slaanesh.
Nick speaking, and welcome to this battle report. Right, here we go. I am here with my son. Hello, son.
You alright?
I'm very good, thank you. You've got your new Tau dice. Let's have a quick look at them. Very, very cool. And it is Combat Patrol Tau versus, not Necrons, versus the Emperor's Children. I finally am playing my very first game with this army, which I started back in 2017. I can't wait. However, first let's have a look at the Tau force. So, what have you got?
So I've got Commander Cloud Strike, Cloud Spear.
We just had a conversation saying what the hell is the name of this model? Because when we play, we always call it different names. Right, okay, so it's Cloud Spear.
Yeah.
Right, okay. And he's got the enhancement.
Prototype systems, which gives them rerolls to 1 hit and 1 wound and a 4+ invuln.
Okay, and then you have 2 units of Pathfinders, right?
Yeah, well, it's 1 unit 10, I'll split them up into 5.
Okay, yep. And then you've got these horrible, horrible things.
Yeah, the Breachers.
Yep, inside.
The Devilfish.
Okay, Emperor's Children. Of course, all of my miniatures here are Noise Marines, but they're going to proxy for the Combat Patrol models. So, heading up the force is Lord Caffriel. I believe that's how you pronounce it. He doesn't have an excessive banner at all there. Not at all. It's not very excessive, is it? So that's my Lord. And then we have these guys here. This is a unit of 10 infractors. This unit can be split into units of 5. And I've got 5 with tentacles and 5 without. So if I do that, then I can easily see who's who. This is me, by the way, screaming, saved by Slaanesh. And then we have 2 units of Flawless Blades. These are actually my champions. They've all got guitars. The guitars are their weapons. The Lord has the enhancement, which is denoted by his excessive banner that allows the unit to get the stealth special rule and also can't be targeted if they're further away than 18 inches. Okay, so my son rolled a dice, his new Tau dice, and it was a 6. So we are playing Display of Might, potentially one of the trickiest missions to play. So how it works is you get 5 points for controlling 1 objective, you get 5 points for controlling 2 objectives, and then if you get a character controlling an objective in no man's land, you get 5 points, and if you're controlling that objective for 2 turns, you get another 5 points. And the deployment map is Hammer and Anvil. We've got 2 objectives in no man's land and 1 in each of our deployment zones. This is the Necron Tomb world that we are playing on. We have 2 ruined buildings there and there, which you can go inside. And then we have 3 fully obscured buildings here, which you can't go inside. And the rest of the terrain is just pipes and barricades. If you're shooting over it, you get a cover save. Okay, so it is now time for us to deploy. And we'll be back to find out who is going first. Okay, so we have deployed. I've got 2 units of infractors here. This one with the Lord attached to it. I've got 1 unit of Flawless Blades there, and I'm experimenting. First time playing this army, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I've got some Flawless Blades in reserve just there. The Tau have deployed. We've got the Pathfinders with the big gun just there. The Breachers inside the tank there. We've got Commander Cloud Spear just there, and the other Pathfinders just over there. The Tau have got the secondary where I have to select one of my units. If he kills that unit, he gets 12 points. I've selected this unit here with the character. For my secondary, I've chosen the one where I have to kill his Warlord, which of course is Commander Cloud Spear. If I kill him on turn 1, 2 or 3, I get 10 points. On turn 4, I get 8 points. And on turn 5, I get 6 points. I have ordered some Emperor's Children dice, however, they're not here yet. So I'm using these old purple and pink dice which I've got. So it is now time to roll off to see who is going first. I get a 5. It's Emperor's Children, turn 1. I nearly said Necrons. Okay, Emperor's Children, movements phase. I tried to advance these guys onto the objective. I only rolled a 2 for the advance. I re-rolled it and rolled a 1. So they just hid behind the building there instead. Then I managed to advance these guys onto the objective. Over here, my flawless blades, which were originally going to try to get onto this objective, got stopped in their tracks by these pathfinders here, because I've seen these take Scorpec destroyers out easily, even with a 5+ invulnerable save from their stratagem. And the flawless blades basically have a very similar stat line to the Scorpec destroyers. So instead, I've moved them here and hid them behind this piece of terrain. Okay, shooting phase. I've only got 12-inch guns, can't shoot anything. Assault phase, I'm not in range to assault anything at this moment in time. Hammer and anvil deployment is not the kindest to this army. However, we are here, we are ready. The Tau are on the back foot. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Tau turn 1 movement, definitely new territory. So we're working out how to play this. My son's been fairly aggressive. He's moved his devilfish there in between the terrain, trying to block my movement over there. These guys have moved forward, and Commander Cloud Spear has moved backwards into that corner, cowering. Is that right?
Yeah, something like that.
Over here, we've got the other units of Pathfinders moving into this building. Okay, now we're moving in to the shooting phase. Right, so my son's just realised he's just left his objective unattended. However, onto the shooting phase. So these Pathfinders are going to shoot at my infractors just here.
So we'll do the big guns first.
Okay.
And they're going to be guided by
those.
The other Pathfinders. So
Okay.
I'm forced to hit. Awful. The other guns need forced to hit. Wow. And then strength 5.
Toughness, I'm not sure. What are they? Toughness 4?
Toughness 4.
Yeah.
So that's 1 wound.
Okay. AP.
Nothing.
Okay, so 3 up save. Not saved.
1 wound.
Okay, so these have 2 wounds each. Very nice. However, I've had to put the wound on myself because I'm the only model not on that objective.
And then we'll shoot the other Pathfinders, this squad into them.
Okay.
Same guns. So they need 4s to hit because they're not guided. And then strength 5, so 3's to wound. 2 wounds.
Alright, any AP?
No.
Okay, let's try these pink dice. 3+ save. Saved both.
So the Devilfish is going to shoot into them as well.
Okay.
And the Commander is going to guide them in.
Right.
So it needs 3's to hit. And then strength 6, so 3's to wound. 1 more.
No AP, I take it.
No.
Saved.
And then the other gun, 3's to hit. And then 3's to wound. 2 more.
Okay. Oh, I'm dead.
Saved by Slanesh.
So he's going to shoot his plasma rifle, all of his guns into them.
Under
as well.
Cloud Strike.
So he's
Cloud Spear. Cloud Spear.
Cloud Spear. So he's 3's to hit with his plasma rifle. And then strength 8, so 2's to wound. That's 1 wound. AP -3.
Goes down to -2 because of the cover.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so we're on a 5+ save. We saved. Wow. Nice.
And then the other gun, D6 shots. 4. 3's to hit.
Ooh.
And then 5's to win, so strength 3. Oh.
Ouch. Could have done that with the other way around. Okay, so no assaulting from the Tau, of course. that brings us to the end of turn 1. None of us has scored any points as we move in to Emperor's Children, turn 2. Okay, Emperor's Children, turn 2. I scored 10 points for primary, and then I've been moving. I haven't advanced anything this turn. Moved these guys up here. These guys have moved up here. The Flawless Blades, actually they did advance. They advanced up over behind this piece of terrain and are just about on that objective. They're sort of hiding away, as my other Flawless Blades have been a bit braver. They've come on from reserve just there, 9 inches away from those guys over there. Okay, so end of the shooting phase. I didn't record the dice rolls, they just had bolt pistols. So I shot this unit of 4 at this unit and I killed 2. These shot at the tank. I could have shot these, potentially killed them. However, I want to assault them so that I get closer to Commander Cloud Spear. These guys here declined to shoot because I didn't want to kill the front row and make my charge even longer. So let's move on to their charge. It's a 9-inch charge. I have a CP to re-roll it if I need to. Here we go. We're definitely going to re-roll that. Come on. Oh dear, it's terrible. Okay, so the obvious happened. I assaulted here. I needed like a 3 and I rolled a 10. So they're in assault. I rolled a 7 for these, so they're in assault as well. And now we're moving in to the attacks. Okay, so we just worked out that the units of 10 infractors should have had one guy with a power sword. The rest just have sabres. I'm pretty confident I would have allocated this guy with the big arm, the big hand, to have the power sword. So we're running with that. So these guys just have sabres. So 4 attacks each, needing 3s, strength 4, and a -1. So here we go. We need 3s. Take the misses out. That's a hit. These small dice are weird. That one I flicked, right? Strength 4, toughness 3. 3s. So 6, 7, 8, -1. 5s.
Dead.
Dead. Okay, so on to this unit, and I'm going to use my Lord's special ability. It's only once per game. Basically, it gives me an extra 3 attacks and an extra 1 AP. So he's got 8 attacks with his Power Fist, and he needs 2s. Okay, here we go. So 2s. Missed with 2 of them. Now we're coming in. Strength 8. Toughness 9. So it's going to be 5s. Only 3 go through, but that is -3 AP.
Get 6 up save then.
Okay. Nope, there's 2 damage each.
Oh, right. 2 damage each.
Right, and then the Infractor Power Sword. So hits on 3s, all in. Strength 4, so 6s. No 6s. And the rest of the guys needing 3s. Miss with a few of them, but the majority of them get through. But now we need 6s. We get 1 6, so 1 save at -1.
4 up save.
Nope, takes another wound. Okay, the Devilfish attacked back, got 1 wound, but I saved it. And that's the end of Emperor's Children turn 2, as we move in to Tau turn 2. Okay, so Tau turn 2. First of all, we've got a battle shock test on this tank because it's now under half strength.
Leadership 7. Fails.
Fails, so that is battle shocked. Right, let's see what difference that makes to the game. Okay, so no primary scores for the Tau, but there have been moving. Commander Cloudspear moved over onto the home objective. These guys here are just eyeing up my Flawless Blades there. And these breaches got out of the vehicle and then they advanced 9 inches onto this objective, and they have some line of sight to these Flawless Blades. So, it's now time to shoot. Where are you going to start?
We will shoot all the breaches into the Flawless Blades.
Okay, which this unit,
This
unit
unit.
over there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all of them into that unit.
And the tank is going to guard them in.
Right, okay.
So hitting on 2s. 1 miss.
Yeah, nice.
Strength 6.
Yeah, I am toughness 4. No, toughness 5.
So 3 for wound. Not re-rolling. Oh my, that's awful, I think. About 14 saves, I think.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got 13 saves. It's -1, but I'm in cover. So we're looking for 3s. We've got 3 wounds each on these guys. It's not a great roll, so 1 definitely dies, 2 definitely die, just 1 left. Right, next it's Commander Cloudspear trying his luck against the guy that's left over there.
So his plasma rifle needs 3s to hit.
Yep.
Hits. And strength 8, toughness 5.
3s.
3s.
Yep, he wounds. Any AP?
AP -3.
This goes down to -2, so it puts me on my 5 up invulnerable save. Which I don't save. How many wounds is that?
3.
3 wounds. I am going to use a CP and re-roll it. No. Okay, so that's the end of the shooting phase. The Pathfinders have no targets. These are locked in combat, so we're going to move into the fight phase. Okay, in the assault phase, I had 1 attack come through to me, which I saved. And then I took 2 wounds off the tank. The tank is now on 4 wounds. As we move into turn 3 for the Emperor's Children. Right, I scored 15 points. I've got this objective here because I had a battle line unit on it earlier. And I've got this objective here with my HQ on it. So that was 15 points for primary. I haven't moved this unit. I have advanced this unit just around the corner here. And then up over here, because of these guys, I decided not to move these so that I don't get overwatched. So now we're moving into the shooting phase. I've declared to shoot my pistols at this unit. And my son has declared he's going to use a stratagem to move D6 inches with that unit. 5 inches. Okay, so moved backwards 5 inches, and now I've got a very big assault. However, he is off of the objective. I'm on it, so we'll see if that makes any difference. Right, I'm going to shoot the rest of my guns, and then we'll be back for the assault phase. Okay, so my pistols did no damage in the shooting phase. I've just assaulted here, and I needed like a 3-inch charge. I rolled a double 6. And now I've got my long range charge over here. I'm not sure exactly what I need, but I know it's a reasonable amount. So let's see what we get. It's only a 5, that's definitely not enough. I'm going to use my CP to re-roll that. And that's a 7. I need to measure. Right, that was enough. My flawless blades with their guitars are in assault. However, a stratagem has just been played for Overwatch. Which unit is overwatching me?
The breachers.
The breachers.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this hurts. 3 6s.
No, strength 6, so 3's the wound.
Oh,
Reroll in, Sean on objective.
I am.
3 wounds.
Yep.
AP -1.
Okay, so 3 saves, 4 up save. Take a wound. Okay, so here we go on to those breachers. We need 3s and then 2s. So first of all, 3s. We've missed with 1. That's a good roll. And now coming in at strength 6, toughness 3. So 2s. They all go through. And those are -3 at 2 damage.
8 dead then.
Okay, nice. Okay, so we continued the assault. No wounds were done on either side here. Over here I took 1 wound off Commander Cloudspear. He's down to 6 wounds. And I lost a wound on one of my guys. Over here, the 2 breachers that were left have just stood there. They haven't tried to assault me. I think the idea is to shoot me to bits in the next turn. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to move in to the Tau, turn 3. Okay, so 2 battle shock tests done and passed. The tank has just stayed there. Commander Cloudstrike has fallen back and used the stratagem to fall back and shoot. The Pathfinders have moved onto the objective just there, and the 2 breachers have advanced, yeah, onto this objective there. No points were scored for primary as we move in to the shooting phase. Okay, end of the shooting phase. I did lose one of my blades just here, so we've got OC4 versus my OC2, so this objective has been taken away from me. Over here I lost one of these guys and another one has a wound on him, and I'm outscored on this objective now as well, so some of my primary has been taken away. All we've got to do now is the assault on the tank and then we're done. Okay, so no damage done on both sides in the assault phase. As we move in to Emperor's Children, turn 4. Okay, so I'm going to say Necrons. Okay, so if I can say not Necrons, it is Emperor's Children, turn 4. I have scored 15 points for primary, 5 points for being on one objective, 5 points for my character being on that objective, and another 5 points for being on that objective for 2 turns. Then I had to think about what to do. My secondary is to kill this guy over here, and I don't think these guys can do it by themselves. So I did consider moving the flawless blades over there and trying to kill him, but instead I've just decided to try and kill these 2 here, and we'll take our chances with Cloudstrike over there. Not Cloudstrike, Cloudspear. Okay, so I shot all of my pistols and not a single one of them hit. So that was interesting. Moved into the assault phase. I've got into the assaults there, and also I've multi-assaulted over here. Okay, so in the assaults phase I did manage to take 1 more wound off of the tank. It's down to 3 wounds. The flawless blades over there managed to kill those 2 guys. And over here I killed 3 Pathfinders and took no wounds in return. As we move in to Tau, turn 4. Right, end of turn 4 for the Tau, and in both the shooting and assaults they did manage to clear one of my infractors away, and that was it. So we're moving into the last turn for Emperor's Children. Okay, Emperor's Children turn 5. I advanced these guys over and assaulted Cloudspear. I used my stratagem, +1 to damage. Got him down to 3 wounds. Over here I lost one of my infractors in the return assault. And over here I got a wound off of the Devilfish. The Devilfish just about surviving on 2 wounds. As we move into turn 5 for the Tau. Okay, so turn 5 for the Tau, desperately trying to get some points. Took a battle shock test with the Devilfish, passed it, and then fell back over onto this objective. Over here, the Commander Cloudstrike fell back and shot my infractor. He died, and they claimed this objective, which was very much needed because those were the first points scored in both primary and secondary, so just 20 points for the Tau. However, the Emperor's Children did not kill Commander Cloudspear, so no secondary points, but I scored well on primary. 55 points for primary, taking my score to 65 points. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, son, for that.
That's alright.
Really enjoyed it. What do you think of the Emperor's Children?
Yeah, they look cool.
They look cool.
And they're horrible as well. Yeah.
They're very much close combat, aren't they? Because
Yeah.
those pistols do basically diddly squat. I think I was helped quite a bit from you having quite a few units that were toughness 3 because of my strength 4, quite a lot of strength 4 stuff. But yeah, really interesting. Really enjoyed playing my Emperor's Children on the table. I'm definitely going to get them back on the table soon. However, before that, we're going back to Necrons. It's going to be the Necron Murder Court in Combat Patrol against the Tau. In the meantime, if you'd like to see some of my other battle reports, then here is a playlist for you to check out.